I've been a professional trader for around 30 years. I got my start way back in the day with Swiss Banking Corporation, which is now UBS, and got a job straight out of uni with them. And look, I was put basically straight down onto the Sydney Futures Exchange trading floor, which is really right into the thick of things as far as trading goes. Because when you're in the pits every day, where people are yelling and screaming at each other, trading away, really you learn a lot about how much impact human psychology has on where prices are going in stocks or shares or whatever it is. So really when I was down there, after a few years, I really did start to notice patterns, I guess, that were occurring again and again. And often it was due to mistakes that other traders made, where I'd see prices often oscillating around a mean, I guess I'd call it, around an important point as the market was trying to work out, which way it's going to break out. And often, traders are buying breakouts or they're selling when the market breaks below a certain level. And really, traders end up getting whipped out of their positions over and over, getting stopped out. And once you start to understand that, you can then start to take advantage of it and start to set up a way of trading that waits for traders to get stopped out and then joins as the price turns back up, looking for prices to go back to, let's say, a mean, a midpoint. And you can start to use those mistakes that other people make and sort of set up a trading plan around that. And so that's really where I started to build my trading system, trying to take advantage of these things that I was starting to notice after being in the pits for about 5 years. And then I went out and started trading for really some of Australia's richest people as a hedge fund manager, and was also broking to different hedge funds and also to private clients, high net worth people for many years, trading and developing my system more. Then in 2018, started working with the Fat Tail investment guys and basically to help people trade the markets a bit more effectively with my trading system. There is one commodity that I reckon is flying under the radar right now that I think could dominate the ASX in the foreseeable future. Now look, it's still sitting on the edge. I don't have the buy signals just yet. It does need to rally a few more bucks before I get the trigger on the actual commodity and on the stocks that are on my watch list. But the setup is pretty similar to what I saw in uranium last year and in gold early this year and last year, before they broke out over the past sort of 12 months. Now, by getting in early, we were able to trade both of those sectors for some pretty tidy wins, like 50 to 65% in under a year in the uranium sector, or 9, 24 and 36% just in the gold sector over the past few months. The third commodity I'm looking at right now, or the trilogy trade as we're referring to it, is probably the next in line, I reckon, and it's looking pretty close to a substantial breakout. So look, let's jump to the chart and I'll show you what I mean. So this is the chart of the commodity over the past few decades. And what I want to point out is, first of all, a huge rally that occurred from around 2000, the year 2000, up to 2007. And all the calculations that I'm making are related to that range that occurred. Pretty much what I'm saying is that all of the trading that's occurred since then is related to that range, with the midpoint of that range, or point of control as I call it, sitting there at $80. That's very important to point out that that level is crucial and a massive support often. So the first thing I really want to point out is the moving averages as well, because if you look at these moving averages over, 25 years, using my method, which is to look at the 10-month exponential versus the 20-month simple, and we just follow these trends over the decades and get a sense of the up and down trends that have occurred, I want you to notice that on every single occasion when this commodity went into a long-term uptrend, you'll notice that the price went on an incredible rally, which lasted often for multiple years. So basically, for 25 years, there's 6 occurrences of that long-term trend turning to up. And in every occurrence, you've seen what is ultimately a multiple year and very strong rally ensue from that point. So with that behind us, saying that right now we're on the edge of this long-term trend shifting to up, that for me is a really strong signal that we could be on the edge of an explosive rally. And I just want to point out, if I am right and we see the breakout above this level, off this major support being the midpoint of 25 years of trading, the upside really is large, and I could expect to see a massive run up into $110 to $130. And the fact is, if I'm wrong, we don't need to risk much to find out, and we can get out. So that's really the cornerstone of the approach, is to get out quickly if you're wrong. And if we're wrong and prices do collapse, fabulous. We'll get a chance to pick it up in the buy zone. And I want you to note, over the past few decades, and with the buy zone being the major retracement of that previous wave that I told you about from 2000 into 2007. So there's that buy zone there. Notice how many times prices reversed out of there and headed back to that point of control over the last 25 years. There you go, 3 times for 3, where it's been a great opportunity if prices did get down there. So I guess that's the point, is there is possibly a great opportunity coming up on a breakout, but either way, I have the model that can cope with whatever's coming. This is going to be a little different from most of my other trades. I found a way of executing the trilogy trade that no one else is really talking about. And if you're new to active trading, look, this could be a lot easier than you think. And if I'm right, this could be your single best way to play this sector. Look, there's never any guarantees in life or in trading. We all know that trading carries risk. But I really do think this is a time-sensitive opportunity that could pay off big if we time this well. Now, from what I'm seeing, I reckon this could be the third sector to take off, just like uranium did, just like gold did over the last 12 months. And I did manage to capture those moves early with my members. So look, in the coming days, I'm going to dig deeper into all of those breakouts, how I spotted them, how we traded them for a really good profit over the last year. So I really do hope that you do come back and tune in tomorrow for more.